Alright, what up guys? It's your boy Illy, and this is basically going to be part 2 of like how I make my videos. And in this video, we're just going to fucking let it rip, dude. We're going to go fucking full freestyle. I'll do very little editing for this because we're just going to talk casually about things that are important to making my videos. And like one of the biggest things is location. Now we're not gonna go look at all the spots where I go film or anything like that. That would be fucking crazy, right? But it's really important to find spots that are very like good to you, like very visually appealing. And then there's spots that you want to create for yourself. Now, granted, housing is a big pain in the ass, and not a lot of people want to deal with that shit. But smalls are actually pretty easy to acquire, even in my server. And my server is crazy about the housing. So smalls are relatively easy to get. They're affordable. 3 mil gil used to seem like a lot of money to me, but it's really not. It once I put my mind to it, it literally only took me a couple days to come up with that. And I put a bid in, and we got a house, and it was like, bam, we're in the housing. But if you don't want to dump the 3 mil into a house, that's fine. You can do your free company house and an apartment. Together, that would be about 800K. And what I'm saying is you're going to want multiple locations because you're going to want to put together like multiple little like areas for you to do things. And so today we're going to talk about my 2 locations that I have personally. I'm about to have 4 because I'm going to do a free company house for my alt tune, and then I'm also going to do an apartment for my alt tune because you can't have multiple houses in the same server, unfortunately. And I don't want to make another alt in a different server that I could travel to back and forth, which would have made sense when I originally made my alt. But I have too much time into my alt now, so we're not going to redo that. That's a whole different story for a different day, though. But anyway, we're going to have 4 locations total for our video, so we're already expanding. And not any kind of secret, but I have been putting in bids on mediums. Just one day we'll get lucky and we'll actually get one. And then once we have a medium, I think we could probably condense at least 2 of our locations into one medium, and that'll help a lot as far as just travel time. But travel time in this game's instant anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. Maybe we'll keep all our locations and stay with the medium as well. The more spots we have to film, the better. Anyway, we're here in my ward in the lavender beds. I advertise the fuck out of my house because like it's cool because you can come check it out. Like just come see it for yourself, and it changes not frequently, but per need, of course. Depending on my video is how I will change it. Um, it's like I said, it's a small. It does its job, and I like to do this too. This is cool. I named it my favorite place. I thought that was pretty clever, since my character's name is Mai. And so we're not doing a housing tour. I just wanted to show this off because I thought it was clever. The outside is very just basic because I just want to keep it like looking like a normal house from the outside. Because the inside it gets a little crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's not like it's like I don't know. It's like a front. I don't know. Upstairs is kind of like a front. It's like a normal house, but it actually is definitely still staging, right? Because in my videos, I want to have scenes where I'm just like a normal person in my house. You know what I mean? So like, I'll take a lot of the like the junk mongers and all them. I'll take a lot of these out from time to time. In fact, I think I have a bunch of them out now, just to make it more realistic because you don't want to have people in your house while you're just chilling, right? But but yeah, so you got like your kitchen, your table, whatever. I have a sit down play. Like I just made it very normal. And then of course we got my study here, where we do a lot of filming. Obviously, this is a very quaint little study I have here. And then my recent addition is this wall here. It's not really anything crazy, but I mean, as you can see visually, it does make quite the appealing like look, right? If you do it this way, of course. And so yeah, so like again, it's for the house it does nothing, but for my videos it's amazing. So yeah, so that's basically what you want to do is you want to make these little areas, these little areas that are like good for the eye, right? Some visual appeal there. So that's what we did there, and then of course we have just like this little table here. We haven't used this in a video yet, but I have plans for it. I'm really behind on my schedule of things to do. But as a small YouTuber, I don't feel like I need to stay on schedule for anything because, like, literally, we're just doing this for fun, and there's no reason to even have a schedule. I just try to keep myself focused the best I can. All right, so once we go through here, this is where, like, again, I'm not trying to do a housing tour here, but this is where the real staging begins. Obviously, we got the piano. Everybody knows the piano. It's very much in all of my videos at this point. Here it is in its glory. There you can take a good look at it with me not being in a video where I'm sprucing things up. But yeah, very basic. Remember when I said you couldn't actually play the piano? Here you go. This is what your character does when they play the piano. Just stands there. So everything I do is what I do and not what the game does. Of course, we have our little eat area here, which I changed into more like a little casual area. And then, of course, the famous Titanic, paint me like one of your French girl jacks little area here. The stripper pole, of course, needed. And then the bedroom, which is also featured in a lot of my videos, goes through constant change because we can't just keep doing the same thing over and over. However, I did such a good job this time, I'm really having a hard time tearing it down, so it might stay for a little bit longer. I think with my new alt tune, I think we'll make several other different kind of bedroom areas. And then this one can kind of stay, and then we could just kind of make it like a memorial to like me actually doing something pretty decent in housing, which is make a nice bedroom. So a lot of this area right here is really hard for me to like want to dismantle because I put so much love and time into it. So that I actually think that I almost want to just keep all of this and just move on and just make the free company rooms and the apartment more like disposable, like tear down, break down, whatever areas. But yeah, so we have like the little bathroom here, again featured in a lot of my videos. But like as you can see, this location provides me like lots of little areas, this little library. Again, you're thinking, well, how does this work? This is just like a little bookshelf in the corner. But if you clean it up real quick, you know, hit the right angle, and now it's a library. I mean, if you think about it, this is what I mean by little staging areas, right? So you just get these little areas, and you as long as you like angle it right, or we get the right angle, it's gonna look like something completely different. Of course, if we come right back out, we all know that it's just a bookcase in a corner with a stack of books next to it. But when you zoom in or edit it just right, it becomes something a little bit different. So that's what I mean by that. So this is my first location, obviously, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to my second location, and it's my free company room. And also, like, all around the lavender beds there, I have, like, spots that I love. Like, that waterfall is, like, one of my favorite spots. I probably should have showed that off before we zoomed over here. I can always go back. It's not that big of a deal. But, yeah, this is our free company house. This is the book club. And we are also looking to expand into a large instead of a medium. Housing is crazy. So, and this is what my free company room looks like, right? An absolute fucking mess. Disastrous, right? But what it is just 3 different stages, right? Again, we talk about angling and whatnot, and then you get what you want into the shot. So, like, for example, here we got our little steampunk little area going here, and then we clean it up, angle it right, and then suddenly we're in, like, a steampunk little area, right? Not bad? Okay, so that's angling and that's location, and then the other thing I want to talk about, the big portion of this video that I want to talk about, is GPose. Now, GPose is probably the most underutilized tool in the game when it comes to content creation, because like I've watched lots of people's videos and they do use GPose for the loop, but they don't actually clean up the loop, which is a misstep in my opinion. I'm not trying to be mean here, but like when I see somebody like doing the talk emote and it breaks, and then you got that 3 seconds before it resets, I just don't know. I just think that's you're doing something to be visually appealing. You want to not have that break in there like that. So like anytime like you're drinking tea and then she stops drinking tea and then it stops and then she just goes again, you can clean all that up, and GPose is going to help you do that and whatnot. And then of course when you go into your actual editor, and I know you have to go into your editor to do what you're doing, take that little 2-3 seconds out. make it smooth, make it fluid. Don't have those breaks in there. And then in GPose, which I'm going to show you, you can actually do a lot of different things with it. So like you can actually do the talking without the emote itself, and then you could throw the emote in there to give it a little more flair, right? So let's pick a location here in this recon room. We'll do this little living room here, right? Little living room setup that we got going on. Notice how we got the walls so we can close it in. It's key, right? All right, so you just go into your actions, traits, extras, GPose, right? And oh, that idling camera, by the way, if you don't have idling camera on, I highly recommend you do turn it on, because anytime you go AFK, you'll get these montage, basically shots of what's going on around you, and I've used it in my videos. Like there's just, you just don't know like what's going on around you, and like the craziest shit that thing will find, right? The craziest shit. All right, so let's talk about just the basics. We're not, look, we would be here all day if I tried to talk about GPose and everything it does. This tool, hands down, is the coolest fucking thing I've seen in an MMO ever. As a content creator, Final Fantasy XIV has given us the tools in game that we would spend extra for outside of the game, right? Like some of the shit you could do on this thing, you had to pay for like a program to do it for you. But this thing does it for you. Now, granted, it's not great if you're buying a program that gives you some of the same options. Obviously, it's going to be better, and you're going to be able to do more in-depth stuff, right? But in game, though, you got a built-in little, I don't even know. It's awesome, right? It's just fucking cool as fuck, right? So, okay, the basics. We're doing just the basics. We're not going to go into some crazy shit. All right, so I got my girl here. I want her to be talking like I'm talking right now, right? So you can frame her a little better. So you go into your camera position. You can zoom in. You can drop down. You can turn, right? You can back out. You can come in even closer. Boob shot. You can crop her tight like this if you want, right? And then you can turn. This is good. You want to add, this is really good. This is like a photographer in me, kind of showing you like you want to add little angles. Visual appeal is what you want. Straight on shots. Nobody's, like, I guess not everybody's going to see it as like boring, but it's kind of boring, right? And then of course you can adjust the brightness here. You could do color filters, screen effects. I do a lot of screen effects. Like one of my favorite ones, the Sakura, which is the flowers. And it takes them a second to generate, but once they generate, they just kind of get going, right? So then you got this. So anytime I'm making like a field with flowers, I'll have this going. And it gives that like almost like the petals are blowing in the wind kind of effect, which is really nice. I'm just giving you examples here. And then we can go into other things. We can deep freeze. Like, I don't do the status effects very often, but like they're kind of cool to have there. I have used pyrotechnic before. I want to say my Tifa video, I used it to kind of give it that, because Tifa does that in game. Like like, I don't know how to explain it, but yes, you could do white attire. Yeah. But anyway, like these are things I don't really use too much. But you got sticker mode as well, which is pretty cool. Gives you stickers. That's more for taking pictures, I think. It's not more for the video we're doing, more like a video aspect of it. And then right here, we can change our lighting, our brightness, everything. We can give us some real lighting, or we can change the lighting. These are your settings. So you'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So once you go in 1 and you adjust it, you can go into 2 and whatnot. So you can go really in depth here. Like right now, I almost just gave her more of an emo look just by dulling out her skin here. Yeah, I'm sure you noticed me do these in my I want to say it was my chandelier video. I gave her like this super emo look, and I smokied out her eyes and everything. And I got a couple compliments for that, and I thought that was cool. And so that's how I do it. You can come in here and adjust all your lighting, your colors. You can mute a lot. So there's that. And then here's your actions. And these are really important. This is the lip movements are right here. You have 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, they go faster with each one. For me to just sit here and have her talk and try to keep up with me, I'm really gonna go like lip 2 because I'm such a fucking fast ass talker. Sometimes I like try to get it all out of my brain as fast as I can, so like I don't have to like try to hold on to it and remember what I'm trying to say. So yeah, if she wants to keep up with me, she needs to keep up with me. And then here's where you go into the emotes. And so I got her talking already. I can give her a different face. So like for me, I would say I'm more like concentrate kind of guy, maybe. Maybe scoff. Scoff's a good one. Yeah. So there, you can give her the, like that. You can go into a little more depth. And then so since she's already talking now, you don't want one of the consistent ones because that's like, again, that means she's just gonna keep doing it on repeat. So you would come into like one of the other ones that like isn't on repeat. So like converse. So now watch. We got her conversing. So she stops her hands, but she keeps talking. This is what I'm talking about. Easy fix, right? I fixed it just like that. So now she's consistently talking and not like stopping. Like right there, she'd be stopped, and then you'd wait that 2 seconds, and then she'd start up again. Not me. I put on a consistent loop just now, right? Look how much cleaner and more effective that is. And it was a simple fix, right? All I did was had to go in and add lip movement, and then she would do the loop, and it looks really good, right? Isn't that much better? Put down in the comments if I'm wrong here. If I'm wrong and you guys would rather watch somebody do the conversate emote and drop their hands right here and have their character stop and then start up again, or would you rather just watch a consistent flow like this, right? And the other thing I would suggest is not just to keep her doing that, but like to clip this, right? Clip her doing her little converse. Get like 30 seconds of it, maybe a minute if you're looking at a really long video, and then start throwing in other ones like, you know, like you can throw in insist, and then she'll do it. She'll do the insist, and she'll keep talking, and then she'll put insist to make her point a little stronger. She'll keep talking, and the other thing you could do is you could do just a video where she's just talking too. So if you're like just straight up talking, but you want to add some emphasis like that, then you can. And then in your editor, you just keep. And I already showed you. We already did my editing tips, how I do short little clips like that and make them blend together. And then of course you could do that as well, and like what I'm saying here. So, and then of course we throw in a little pretty please, because I think you guys should really do this method. Pretty please. All right, so that's basically GPose, guys. We broke that down pretty fast, I think. Oh, there is one other. This is good too, because if you're in a crowded area, you can actually remove players, minions, pets, everything. So like if you're like looking to get like the streets of Limsa, but you don't want the whole crowd, you can eliminate everybody. You can take them all out here. But you could pick and choose what you want in there and whatnot. So like it's really cool to have this tool as well. It's just depending what you want to do. So those are your main tools. And then also we could pause action here too, which I think is really cool. So if you're ever wondering how I get some of my thumbnails, it's me pausing. See, look how cute that is. Just that right there, like, right? We just go in here, take a little snappy, and we might make that our thumbnail, right? So like that's cool. It's a cool little toy. You got your time stop, your weather stops, your battles on and off. And then everything else is just kind of like what we just talked about. Resets and whatnot. So that's it, basically GPose in a nutshell. So we talked about location, we talked about GPose, and I think I've given you guys a pretty good like snapshot on how I do my videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed the fact that I've taken the time to do that. I've had just a couple people ask like how the hell I'm doing all this on console, and the truth is the game gives me the available tools to kind of do it. And I just kind of like, I've learned how to like master it basically. So that's it, guys. That's going to be it for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to freestyle it, get it out there real quick. As far as locations go, pick spots that talk to you. If it speaks to you, there's a good chance it'll speak to the viewer as well. Like, for a good example, I use Garlemald when I'm trying to get that sad vibe. with the darkness and the snow and just the miserable conditions, the broken down buildings. I go to El Meg for the big flowers, or Alpes is really good for like beautiful scenery. Just to throw out a couple examples. Um, some of my favorite towns, I don't know. I use Old Charlotte a lot. I think Old Charlotte has one of the best views in the game, where you're up by your inn and you can see out into the ocean. You got the statue, and at night when you get the stars, you get the most shooting stars there. I think. I just think that's a beautiful location. And there's tons of locations out there, guys. Just go out there and explore and find things that talk to you. Make a mental note where you want to like, I'm like, oh, this location would be great for this like kind of scene, and then just go out there and do it. And maybe your first video sucked like like if you guys go back when I first started this game, I wasn't doing any of this, right? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. People weren't putting out videos like this to kind of say, hey, you could be a content creator too. All you got to do is like dive into the game, explore all the options, and understand what this game provides for you. Because when I first started Final Fantasy XIV, I'm like, the game's great. It's just content is going to be impossible. Nobody's going to want to see the shit that I'm doing right now. And then I just kind of started doing my own thing, like doing these videos, like out of context videos. I think are great. I'm taking storyline and making them into my own story through like a music, like a music video, like a song. Like I want this game to tell a story that goes along with the song, and that's what I do. And I think there's videos out there, like music videos, like I call them VMVs or whatever, music videos, or they could be GMVs for game music videos. I don't know. Either way, they're out there, but they're not doing what I'm doing, and I think that makes me somewhat unique, and I love it, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I think, if it doesn't catch on, it doesn't catch on, but I just love doing it. I'm a huge music geek, man. I love music. Music is my thing, man. And yeah, I like doing PvP, and I like doing my PvP videos, and I'm gonna keep doing them. But like, if you're asking me straight up which one I like to do more, it's these music videos are like my favorite, dude. Like, once I got into housing and I was able to create sets and whatnot, and kind of do my own thing, like I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you for checking in. Hope you guys like my little insight here. I know I can be very scatterbrained when it comes to these kinds of videos. But how do you even just do the direct approach when you're just as scatterbrained as I am? So I'm not gonna do much editing. So you guys got the full rambling me. All right, guys. Peace.